Welcome to Election Night 2020. Today we have the incumbent president, Donald Trump, with his vice president for 3 years, Mike Pence, versus the senator from Florida, Bill Nelson, with his running mate, Roy Cooper, the Democratic governor of North Carolina. Here's the 7 o'clock p.m. poll closings. Indiana, the vice president's home state, 11 electoral votes awarded for Donald Trump. Kentucky's 8 electoral votes now awarded for Donald Trump. South Carolina's 9 electoral votes awarded for Donald Trump. Virginia, 13 electoral votes now going for Bill Nelson, a very early call. Vermont's 3 electoral votes will be awarded for Bill Nelson. Georgia is too close to call, although Bill Nelson does have a lead in Georgia's 16 electoral votes. Here's the electoral map, 16 to 28. Donald Trump leads in the electoral map right now. Here's 7:30 p.m. poll closing. West Virginia, 5 electoral votes now projected to go for Donald Trump. Ohio's 18 electoral votes is too close to call. Bill Nelson leads in the state by 50,000 votes. North Carolina, Roy Cooper's home state, he also leads. Bill Nelson also leads by 50,000 votes. Here's an electoral map, 33 electoral votes for Donald Trump to 16 for Bill Nelson. Here's the 8 o'clock p.m. poll closing. Tennessee, 11 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Alabama, 9 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Mississippi, 6 electoral votes for Donald Trump. And Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes now awarded for Donald Trump. Another very early and surprising call. Florida, 29 electoral votes for Donald Trump. This is a huge call. This is Senator Bill Nelson's home state. This is a huge call out of the state of Florida. Florida's 29 electoral votes now awarded for Donald Trump. Illinois, 20 electoral votes for Bill Nelson. Pennsylvania's 20 electoral votes awarded for Bill Nelson. New Hampshire's 4 electoral votes now awarded for Bill Nelson. Maine's 4 electoral votes now go to Bill Nelson. Projected for 11 electoral votes, Massachusetts. Rhode Island's 4 electoral votes has been projected for Bill Nelson. Connecticut's 7 electoral votes awarded for Bill Nelson. New Jersey's 14 electoral votes projected for Bill Nelson. Delaware, Maryland, and the District of Columbia, 16 electoral votes in total, all awarded for Bill Nelson. And a huge call out, North Carolina, 15 electoral votes now projected for Bill Nelson. Missouri's too close to call. Bill Nelson has a 59,000 vote lead. 3% of the precincts are reported. Here's the current electoral map, 139 electoral votes for Bill Nelson, 95 for Donald Trump. Here's the 8:30 p.m. poll closing. Arkansas, 6 electoral votes for Donald Trump. And Georgia, 16 electoral votes projected for Donald Trump. 117 electoral votes to 131 electoral votes. Here's the 9 o'clock p.m. poll closing. Louisiana, 8 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Texas, 38 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Kansas, 6 electoral votes for Donald Trump, along with Nebraska, 5 electoral votes. North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming, all 3 of them have 3 electoral votes. Colorado, a huge flip from 2016, 9 electoral votes projected for Donald Trump. And Arizona, a very early call from 2016, 11 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Michigan, a very early call, 16 electoral votes projected for Donald Trump. Wisconsin's 10 electoral votes projected for Donald Trump. And Missouri's 10 electoral votes projected for Trump. Huge win of Ohio, 18 electoral votes now projected for Donald Trump. No Republican has ever won the White House without the state of Ohio. New York, 29 electoral votes projected for Bill Nelson. New Mexico's 5 electoral votes projected for Bill Nelson. Minnesota's 10 electoral votes projected for Bill Nelson. There's the electoral map, 175 for Bill Nelson to 257 for Donald Trump. We now have a report out of can report that Bill Nelson has called Trump to concede the election. Senator Nelson calls President Trump to concede the election. He says Trump will win re-election and he would rather be Senator Nelson than President Bill Nelson. Here's the electoral map once again, 175 to 257. Here's the 10 o'clock p.m. poll closure. And we can now project the presidency. Donald Trump will be re-elected the 45th president of the United States. Donald Trump will win re-election due to these calls. Iowa, 6 electoral votes now projected for Donald Trump, a huge win in a very early poll in 2016. Utah 6 electoral votes projected for Donald Trump. Montana's 3 electoral votes projected for Trump. Nevada's 6 electoral votes projected for Bill Nelson, although it doesn't matter. 272 electoral votes for Donald Trump to 181 for Bill Nelson. 10:37 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's 7:37 p.m. on the West Coast, and we have a major projection. We will take back the state of Florida. Florida's 29 electoral votes is being taken away from Donald Trump's column. He will be 29 electoral votes will be taken away from Trump's column. Florida's too close call because now Senator Bill Nelson has the lead in Florida. Here's the electoral votes now: 243 electoral votes for Trump to 181 Bill Nelson. This means that Trump has not been reelected just yet, but he could at any moment again. Bill Nelson has now called Senator Bill Nelson has called President Trump to retract his concession. Bill Nelson has called Donald Trump to say that he is still in this race, and he says at his speech to forget what he said before. Here's the current electoral map once again: 181 for Bill Nelson, 243 for Donald Trump. 11 o'clock p.m. poll closing. California, we apologize for that error in California. California, 55 electoral votes for Bill Nelson. Washington State, 12 electoral votes projected for Bill Nelson. Oregon, 7 electoral votes for Bill Nelson. Hawaii, 4 electoral votes for Bill Nelson. Idaho's 4 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Here's a current electoral map. Bill Nelson has now taken over the lead, 259 for him to 247 for Donald Trump. Here's a 1 a.m. poll closing. Alaska's 3 electoral votes will be projected for Donald Trump. Here's the electoral map, 259 to 250. Donald Trump trails behind 9 electoral votes behind Bill Nelson. It is now 7:19 a.m. Wednesday, November 4th. Florida, we can now project for Bill Nelson. Bill Nelson will win the presidency now because in Florida, 100% of the precincts are reporting, and Bill Nelson is lead by 184,000 votes. So we can now project 288 electoral votes for Bill Nelson, which means he will win the presidency, although the lead is so small that the Florida House of Representatives require them for mandatory recount. 3 weeks later, the President-elect of the United States, he has been elected the 46th President of the United States. Bill Nelson has been elected U.S. President. He wins by 23 votes in the U.S. House of Representatives in Florida, and we apologize that we haven't shown a projection slide, but Roy Cooper has been elected the 42nd Vice President of the United States. Here, Trump has tweeted out once again he has not been reelected. He says, "I'd like to congratulate Senator Bill Nelson on cheating to the presidency. He will not last a year in the Oval Office," says President Trump. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, just thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.